How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall. In today's video, unfortunately, yes, we are talking about another unfortunate and heartbreaking loss. I wouldn't really call this one disappointing. The Aggies put up a really good fight against a really good Liberty team who's now 21-3, 13-0 in conference. Aggies lost 77-75. We got down by as much as 10 early in the second half, came back, got a lead. I think the biggest lead we had was about 4 points. I was really hoping we could have built to that 3 to 4 possession lead, and that would have really helped us out a lot and be key to our success. Liberty started off the second half with a 12-0 run after we were leading going into halftime for that doesn't happen too many times. Obviously, we were leading at halftime against UTEP. Should have been leading at halftime against La Tech, and then the refs, made a stupid decision and called a technical foul on Juice, I believe it was. Still won that game. Have lost the last two. We haven't been able to win consecutive games in conference, but we've sure been able to lose consecutive games. It's been pretty upsetting, and again, not really disappointed in the team, just really disappointed in the situation. How this keeps happening to the Aggies, how they work really, really hard. You can tell they want to win, and they hit a lot of clutch shots. But when it comes to the shots that matter the most, to win the game or to tie the game, to go into overtime, or hitting a shot in overtime to win the game, or send it to another overtime, whatever it may be, hitting those game-winning shots at the buzzer, they have not been able to do that. They fail time after time after time. I don't even know how many times it's happened now. It's I'm probably 7 or 8 times by this point. And Liberty, for example, hits a wide open banker to win, the game. And I know it was an open look, but that's something the Aggies I feel like would probably miss just because we get so unlucky with those. And it's really hard because you can't blame coach. I think he sets up good plays. You can't blame the players. They take good shots. They don't go in when it matters the most. And yes, I know they hit a lot of clutch shots when it matters most overall. But when it comes down to the one shot that we need to hit to win the game or tie the game, I know everybody said that, and I'm sounding redundant. It just doesn't fall. And we've been saying this time after time. And again, it's just super frustrating. And again, I can't really get mad at anybody. Just got to be mad at the situation. I don't know why this keeps happening to us. It's really frustrating for sure. All that aside, the Aggies, they played a really, really good game. If you had just watched this game and didn't know anything about the Aggies, you would think that they're one of the best teams in conference. And they are on paper. But the record does not show that, as the Aggies are unfortunately now 2 games below 500. Going to take a lot to get right back over that. They're 11-13, 4-10 in conference. UTEP did beat Jack State on the road, so maybe we have a chance to beat them, but we also did lose to UTEP, so who knows? Now we're 2 games behind them. If we can beat Jack State and UTEP loses to Liberty, then we beat UTEP. We'll be tied with them. I'm not sure how that'll go. It'll just probably go based off overall record, and as of now, I think we still have the better overall record, so I need to get that win there. Just super frustrating overall that we're low in the standings right now. FIU and Delaware play today, and there's not really a big benefit to either or. If Delaware beats FIU, then we are dead last in conference. If FIU wins, then we're about a game or something like that behind, or a game and a half behind the 10th spot, which is where we need to at least be to get to the tournament. And it's really unfortunate with this team. We were having a lot of hype to win 20-plus games for the first time in a while and have a chance to go in the NCAA tournament, and they might not even make the Conference USA tournament. It's really unfortunate. The last couple of years, everybody gets in, but now with more teams, not everyone gets in. We see these bigger conferences with about 15 teams in there. I'm sure there'd be an easy way to work around if there was 12 teams, and we had the 12-team playoff in football. I don't see why they couldn't work around that with Conference USA. I really wish they would. But unfortunately, we're out of the fight really, really hard these last 6 games, and no matter how well we do, it might not be enough just with how bad of a start we've got onto. And again, you look at the record, 11-13, 4-10 in conference. You might think we're really, really bad, but again, on paper, we're really, really good. And a lot of our losses have come down to these very unfortunate moments. This Aggie team easily, I'm not even joking. This team could easily be 20-4. There's not even a joke there. If they just had won all these close games. And obviously, you're not going to win all your close games, but if they could just win at least half of them, or win a quarter of them, they've been losing all of them. If they could just win some of those, have a winning record in conference and overall, probably. It's just been so unfortunate these past 2 games. Could have beat UTEP, but they hit a big 3. Could have beat Liberty, but we missed a game-winning shot, and they made one. Could have had a chance in overtime at home, but it's just really, really unfortunate, man. When it comes to individual stats, Jamel Jones, once again, 3rd straight game with scoring at least 23 or more. I believe he had 26 points back-to-back against La Tech and UTEP. Put us in positions to win those games. Obviously, we won one, lost one. And put us in position to win another big game. Had 23 points, 20 early in the second half. Was taken out, came back in, hit a big 3 in the corner. Hit the shot to win it again. Jamel Jones has had a great season. We talked about this last video. He's hit many clutch shots to keep us in games. But when it comes to that game-winning shot, that game-deciding shot, like we talked about earlier in this video too, he hasn't been able to get it done, unfortunately. And he's a confident guy. There's no nerves at all. It's just so happens to miss him. He's hit game-winning shots many times in his career. Had one last year with Cal State Bakersfield, and again, I can't remember if that was the game he had 45 points or not, but he did it last year. He always shoots at an efficient level. He was 10 for 19 last night from the field. I believe he was 3 for 5 from 3. I don't believe he got to the line, but we only got to the line, I think, 6 or 8 times. I'm not too sure, but from what I remember, we didn't miss a free throw. Sierra Malanga and Augustine Ekwe did not play. I thought Juice and Reese did really, really well. I know Reese, I don't think he scored, but Juice had a big bounce back game, had 21 points and 13 rebounds, a big dominant double-double after only having 6 points and still had 12 rebounds the game before. You know, Juice is our most consistent guy, so even though he didn't do a whole lot offensively against UTEP, still grabbed 12 boards, could have probably got a few more, but had a big game. Chris Terrell had arguably, in my opinion, probably his best game of the season, had 12 points, had like, I don't think any steals, but he had a block. I believe he had 6 assists and rebounds. Did a lot of really good things for us. Wish he would have been in the game a little bit longer. Gabe Pickens didn't necessarily play bad. He had some turnovers, hit a big 3. Elijah Elliott just has been in a big slump recently. Hasn't really been able to go much offensively. I think the Aggies really need to work to find a way to get him involved more. And there was a lot of good highlight plays. Jamel had a really, really nice dunk in transition to cut the lead to 3 points midway through the second half. Juice had a nice lob. I can't remember who threw in the pass, but had a really nice dunk. It was awesome. I mean, our lobs have struggled throughout the year. We've had a hard time really finding him there. But we've also had our good moments. I think it's about 50-50. You never know where you're going to get when we're throwing a lob to Juice. And it's never Juice's fault. It's more or less our guards trying to find him and how to get the ball to him. Our defense was good at times. We were able to force some shot clock violations, but there are other times where our defense was not good at all. They have really good players. I mean, Porter is one of the best players in the conference. He had a really beautiful fake to get Anthony out of the way and go for the layup. But I don't think Anthony should have hesitated that much on it. Like, yeah, it's a very good move. It's a veteran move, but it wasn't like a crazy, crazy move. It was beautiful. It looked nice. But at the same time, I feel like we could have guarded that a little bit better. They're having the quick first step, got to the rim. I think we match up really well with Liberty. I think we match up really well size-wise. They're just a little quicker than us. Had too many open shots. Every time we got a big bucket to go up by 3 or 4 points, they hit a 3, and they were wide open shots at that. There were sometimes they're hitting shots that were contested, and they missed more than not. But the ones that are wide open, you can't let anybody at the Division I level, especially, be wide open from 3. I don't care how bad of a shooter they are. You can't leave them open, especially Liberty and that starting 5. They're really, really good shooters. And Liberty's just, you know, they have a really, really good program. A lot of those guys in the starting lineup, Metheny, Porter, Cleveland, like those guys have been there for years, 3 or 4 years. They built up a great program. You don't see that a lot at the mid-major level anymore, where players are able to stay at the same school for so long. And obviously Liberty has a lot of money and they're able to do that. Wish the Aggies could do that. It's something they used to be able to do all the time in the WAC and dominate the WAC and win the conference every year. And that's what Liberty's looking like right now. They're kind of like the new GCU, whereas, you know, we're just not up to that level, unfortunately. I think we're 19-6 against GCU all time. I believe UNM beat them last night. But Liberty, just that team we haven't been able to beat. And unfortunately, I was right. You know, I said last video, and I've been saying to all my friends, they were going to lose in a heartbreaking way. I just knew it was going to happen. Every game against Liberty in every sport is always a heartbreaking loss. You look at this year, we're up by 7 points with 5 minutes, and all of a sudden our special teams forget how to play the game of football, and we lose that game. Last year against Liberty, we're up by double digits most of the game. And then we're up 98% of the game and lose it. In basketball this year on the road, first game down by 17 at halftime, come back, we can never get the lead, we keep tying it, but we can never get that shot to get the lead. Jamel Jones has a nice clean look from 3 to win the game, misses it, they make a free throw, miss one with a .1, no one's winning that game. Last night, I mean, you know, again, we got down by as much as 10, got back by as much as 4, went on a 14-point run. That 12-0 run just hurt us early on, because even though we were able to get back and get the lead, that 12-0 run helped out Liberty get the win, hit a game-winning shot, we missed our game-winning shot. And it's not just Liberty, it's so many games. And again, I sound so redundant, but it's just time after time after time, we lose in these heartbreaking ways. The Aggies have put themselves in the best position possible to win these games. They work really hard. Luck is just not on their side. I would really hope that that would turn around. I believe that's what Hooten said in the press conference, or not the press conference, or the post-game conference last night, saying how one of these wins need to go their way soon, and all you need is that 1 or 2 wins in a row, and then they can go from there, maybe get hot at the right time. But we keep saying that every single time, and they keep on losing all these games. Obviously, I know they beat La Tech, but that's just 1 win out of like they're 1-6 now in their last 7 games. So really, really unfortunate. There's still 6 games left, and I'll say this again. They can win all 6, but they can easily lose all 6. It's just that simple with how even this conference is. I think that's going to close out for the video today. I know it seems like a little bit of a rant, but again, I'm not really mad at the Aggies themselves. I'm not really mad at any of the coaching decisions. I'm just really mad at the situation. I don't know how to explain it better than that. Like, it's just so unfortunate. They just don't hit shots when it matters most. You know, it's just a lot of things don't go our way, and it's really unfortunate. The officiating is always terrible, but you can only blame the officiating so much. There are certain things we need to do better, like defense and all that type of stuff, but no game's gonna be perfect, right? You can't play a perfect game. Like, yeah, sure, maybe we could turn over the ball less, but we also forced Liberty to get a lot of turnovers. Like, we did everything we needed to do to win that game. Same thing with UTEP, same thing with all these other games, but these teams against us just hit clutch shots when it matters the most, And that's been the moral of the story, honestly, not just this season, but the past couple of seasons too. And it really, really hurts. You know, you look at teams in the NFL like the Chiefs, Broncos, you know, who else am I thinking? Bears too. I know it's different football and basketball, but those are teams that are able to win a lot of those close, tight games, and something the Aggies haven't been able to do. It's just really, really unfortunate, and I would love for them to turn it around soon. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's just time after time, and I just don't see them, you know, breaking that. I would really love for them to at the right time. Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. All we can do as fans is just cheer into victory, and we can't control anything. We just got to go out there and keep supporting the team, and hopefully they turn things around. That is going to close up the video for today. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think a lot of people probably have similar opinions to me. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of the game, how the Aggies looked, what you think they need to do better for next game against Jack State, who's up there in conference. They did just lose to UTEP, so I'm sure they fell in the standings a little bit. But that's another thing too. Missouri State's up there. Sam Houston's up there. Those are teams we competed with. But then we've also lost to teams like FIU and Delaware, who are right at the bottom with us. So it'd be really nice if we can try to sweep somebody. I mean, technically we've swept Sam Houston and La Tech, but we only played them one time each. So we need to find, you know, some of these wins and try to go from there. It's going to be, I don't even, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, can we even sweep anybody? I think we've lost to everybody already, now that I think about it. I'm not too sure. Somebody had to check me on that. I'm too really frustrated to kind of look into that right now or think about it. But just, you know, even if we can't sweep anybody, now we got to even with the people we can, and we've already been swept by a few teams. So just got to string together a few wins at the right time. Technically, if we win these last 6 games, we'll be 10-10 in conference and have a winning record overall at 17-13. Going to be really, really hard to do. You know, I don't want it to be a season where we were expected to maybe win 20 games and then we lose 20 games. That would obviously not be fun. Don't want to digress from last year, and especially from Hooten's first year. I didn't think that was even possible. This team's obviously much better than that team, but, you know, they just have had a harder time so far this year. So we'll see how it all goes. Again, all we can do is support the team, and I'm going to make sure I keep doing so. I know you guys will do the same, and hopefully it all works out in the end. We'll see how it all goes. I'm out.